Morning, it's a bright and sunny day, so I put the camera in the way of the sun. It's hello and welcome to Horticulture. I'm standing by this magnificent smelling plant. I think today is the day when its flowers are at their peak. And there are still some to open and some are starting to close, and it's quite well balanced in that respect. It's one of the last ones to open, and there's some that are going over. But if you stand here, the smell is delicious. Oh, it's worth winter days for this. And just to give you some idea, I can smell the flowers from here. As you can see, I'm digging this area between those posts there, so that's what, 4 square meters plus this bit, which is another 4. But this will probably take me till lunchtime to do all this. It's got muck on as well, but this is how I dig this now. Because after 15 years, this is a very good crumbly soil. Now you may think it's not classic digging. Well, it's not, but the way it happens is when you dig in a normal like this, what happens is when you turn it over, the muck just falls down onto the top of the soil on the top of what you've just turned over. So this way, the way I do it, and I only do this when I can, when the soil is conducive to it, it means the muck falls off. So if I cut here, the muck falls off into that little gap that I've just made for it, thus going deeper into the ground. And that's basically my method. Obviously it's intensive, so you've got to take frequent breaks, and you get a lot of strain on your wrist and in the arm, but you know, you still get that. You don't quite get the wrist strain when you dig in a conventional way. So it's like quick bursts and then rest gaps. It's the only way to do it. I'll try and demonstrate what I mean here. I don't know if you can see. I mean, here's the muck on the top here. So I've cut, see there's a channel there behind the spade where the muck falls in. And if it doesn't, it gets chopped. See? Okay, so I'll just show you the area that I'm digging for the moment. It's between that post and that post, up to that post, and then up to that one at the back, and then here up to that post, and then the one behind it. All that's pretty much 8 square meters, and possibly more actually. Yeah, I think it's a bit more than 8 square meters, so between 8 and 10, I guess. I worked out over the years that I do it at a rate of 2 meters an hour approximately, pretty much, and that includes going and getting muck and, you know, chopping it out, cutting it out and spreading it about, as well as clearing up. So yeah, 1 meter squared per half an hour, give or take. Sometimes it's quicker, but you know, not very often. Okay, I'll go and put the camera away, because you don't need to see that for 5 hours, because pretty much you do slow down, you can't help it. Whatever speed you start the day at, you don't end the day at it. We're not machines. So yeah, so that's 5 hours of doing that, which is not very interesting viewing. So I'll go and put the camera away for a while, and I'll see you in 3 to 4 hours and show you the finished result. I've just done my calculations and I've worked out that it's 11 square meters, which is 3 more than I used to think it was. So psychologically it might have been easier then. Now I've got a 3 square meters extra to dig all the time. It's done, and I think only 3 hours, so 2 hours less than I was expecting. There you go, that's it done. Looks good, doesn't it? Obviously the Brussels are staying in. I did pull one up, but it only had about half a dozen left on it. So yeah, it's just a little bit where the sprouts are. That's that done. And now for the rest of the morning, and possibly a little bit longer, I'm going to do this strip here. It's already had muck on it because we needed to empty out a bin last year, so I'm not sure what we're going to plant here. But so that's what I'm on about next. I think the reason that one's not taken as long, I mean, I've been digging this and putting muck in for 15 years, and the last 2 years we haven't had that much rain in the summer, and everywhere that I've dug has been okay, you know, relatively okay. I mean, it might be a bit claggy, but it crumbles nicely, you know, once you hit it or get it moving, it crumbles. So I think it could be to do with the fact that we haven't had as much rain in the summer, and also it hasn't been baking hot, because very often if we have rain and then it gets baking hot, what that means is that the pressure of the rain and the weight of the water does compact the soil, and then if the sun comes out and gets hot, it basically bakes it. So it's like making pots making clay pots. And I think that's what it's like, because this I dug not so long ago before Christmas. Sorry about my shadow. And that didn't take too long. And again here. And you know, it looks quite good, the soil, so I'm guessing that's the reason. Anyway, I'll get on with this. Now there's something I haven't seen for a while. The last time I saw some deer here, there was 3 of them. Look at them. They know I'm here, even though the wind's blowing the other way. Wouldn't be so bad. I said that someone, as I turned one of my places, I said, I've just seen, as I was on my way down, I saw a couple of deer running out. So it was really nice to see them in the morning. And she said, yeah, busy eating all our plants, weren't they? I said, yeah, of course. Okay, well, I've just worked out that it's actually 20 square metres I've done today. That bit up there, where the brassicas are, where the sprouts are, and this strip here. 20 square metres. So actually I've done this twice as fast as at any point in the past. And if every piece of land that I've dug in the last 20 years was as easy as that, I probably wouldn't hate digging as much as I do. And if I never had to dig again, I wouldn't miss it at all. But yeah, I mean, I could have been done from benefiting from the work I've done digging the soil and putting muck in, 10 years ago or more. But anyway, yeah, that's it here, done. Yeah, sometimes I've worked at places where they've had someone else dig the year before, and then I get there and dig, and it's like, they didn't dig this. One place, I put muck on top, and obviously by the time I put the muck round, I didn't have time to dig it. And somebody came, one of the other workers, one of the other gardeners, with a rotavator and said, yeah, we've rotavated it. But all they did was rotivate the muck on the top that I'd done. So when I dug down, it was still undug. But yeah, a layer of muck was was rotavated on top of a few inches, and the rotivation didn't actually go down into the soil. Okay, so yeah, so that's that digging done. I'm going to go now and dig a hole. But it's a hole for planting a Daphne, so that's different. These daffodils, whose name I can't remember. I keep calling them Rorke's Drift, but isn't that a cowboy film? Anyway, Rowley's Drift? Rowland's Drift? Oh, no, can't remember. Last year, the first ones were out, well, the first one was out on the 18th of November. And I'm filming this on the 7th of February. And look, there's only a few out. Okay, what I'm doing now is digging a hole to move a Daphne, which is going in there, about 2 foot across, 18 inches deep. Or it will be. I'm going to go and get the bar now and break up the rest of the bottom, because it's probably going to get stony there. But that's probably one of the deepest holes before reaching stone, and I haven't reached stone yet, so maybe this will be the first hole that I've ever dug that never gets to stone. Who knows? But I'm going to go get the bar and put the camera away because it's about to rain.